Hi everybody, Bill McCabe, and we're going to take a look at an entirely different topic for the next few minutes. Many times you'll sustain injuries in the martial arts or in any rigorous physical activity. Actually, any physical activity that's athletic in nature has the potential for injury. And the injuries, for the most part, at the basic level are sprains and strains. At the next level, you might have ligament tears, cartilage tears, and so forth. And in the course of a lifetime with the martial arts, I've probably experienced the entire gamut of injuries. So I want to share with you just an element of my personal philosophy as to what I do when I have an injury. In the old days, meaning like the 60s and 70s, when someone got hurt, they would just stop working out completely for several months, and then they would come back, and they would have lost a lot of traction in developing their skills during that period of absence. They're having to recoup a lot of things that their friends and colleagues in class have learned. They're not necessarily able to catch up in a timely fashion. And they're behind the curve for much longer than just the period of time that they're out. So one of the secrets I learned early on in my training was whenever I was injured, I would immediately identify what I could not do and separate that from what I was still able to do. And then I would focus on what I was able to do and work that with all the available time that I had. So in other words, the time that I would, if I had injured a leg and couldn't kick, the time that I was no longer kicking, I might spend working on stick techniques, or joint locks, or soft flow movement, or internal arts, or internal studies, something that would be completely different that would not stress the impacted area. And as an example of that, right now I'm dealing with a torn medial collateral ligament. I'm hoping to avoid surgery. I'm hoping to heal that using some specialized techniques that I developed over time. And with a little bit of luck, I'll be successful. But in the meantime, I can't really do anything that overly stresses that area. So I bring a whole different package of elements into my practice. And one example would be this. Instead of doing anything hard and forcefully, I'll work on a soft sword form. So bear with me just a second. I'll grab a sword. If I have one there, right here we go. It's right behind you, right behind the cameraman. So this would be an example of a change in training. There still results in a training benefit to me, and it guarantees that I maintain my condition.
Oh yeah. So you have the scabbard and the...
Yeah, so you got the block here. But getting the angle of the swing grip.
I can imagine.
It's cool on this side, but how does it translate to the you gotta fix this first. You gotta do this first. But it gives me just something of working back in my head. I love my sword. But I don't play with it.
Is that the smaller one?
Yeah.
Try not to cut my associates.
Not quite as long as this, but close enough. So, another reason.
Practice it on your arm.
I don't know. But I can just see there's so many secrets in there. Oh, did you sneak it up on me?
No, let's get out of the way of the sword.
Oh, that would make it. Which thread did you? I don't remember.
Going with the front bit's fixed. So.
The foot comes up this way.
Yeah, but you don't have to have your stick there the whole time. So you're here. Block. Not. But you're here, you just relax, you're looking, oh crap, and then block. Now block. Yeah.
So that way, the way they change.
Let me hit you once. Be right. Yeah. So hit me one. I'm just here. I'm just gonna block. Hit me two. I'm just gonna block it. Going back. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Just hand over hard. But just yeah. So when you do the form, do that same thing. So I'm here, and you just block. trying to get you to step away from this, because this is what you're doing here. You're going.
You know why? Because I want to make sure my hands are.
Doesn't matter.
Dang, you got a heavy sword.
You're not trying to lift it, you just trying to fight. Oh, my hand's not there.
So here, wait a minute. Mixed messages.
You can trust it.
So, come at me. I'm
That's
trying
no
to
ball.
get my throat, and I'm trying
There's a
to
whole other set of blocks are like that. It's just
Right. Your cut
block
is
is just.
what's lifted on that. Because you're working on the lift.
Yeah, so just.
Oh, right.
But know that this hand is just relaxed. It has to be this stiff wall.
Okay, so if I'm following you with the point of my blade, then it. Well, I sure you did, haven't I? And I want to keep going just that.
It hits.
So do that.
I was just saying if I can just walk it
So it's just
and,
one.
and just walk.
So,
See, I'm turning.
I want,
Not even blocking
my
it.
aim sucks.
Pull out. 3,
So you're.
4 a lot of times out.
So I'm stepping here.
Go with them.
Right.
But
And up there.
just kind of move.
Okay, so I'm just.
Step out.
You're just trying to try a little bit. Okay.
Works for me.
Oh, now I step.
So I'm just gonna try that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an example of a form that fully works out all of your joints and your abilities without overstressing or over-threatening any particular joint. Now I modified this slightly at the end to cater to the needs of my injured leg, but I just want you to understand that
And that'll happen when you get more comfortable.
don't miss class when you're injured. Don't forego your training. If all you can do is work on your mental energy at that point in time, then that's what you should do. Okay? You either want to do this stuff and you want to perfect it, or you don't. And don't do it halfway. See down the line. Stay well, do well.
Absolutely 100% faith in.
Okay, I'm going to do that sword form one more time. It looks, I haven't quite seen it, but I understand that the lower section was a bit cut off, so we're going to try to give you a more panoramic view of the form so you can sort of see how it lays out. And again, it's a soft internal type of practice, and it's done in lieu of a more physical stuff to avoid further stressing a potentially torn medial collateral ligament that I have that I'm working through. And this is just to give you ideas on how to approach your own training during periods of time when you're injured. So,
So here's Torah. So I'm going to be up again. So I am going to. Okay, now as Torah, you come in. Yep. Do it. You punch. You punch me. It's your Torah now. There it is. There it is. Okay. So here, step in, step back. Lost it. Put it here. So turn. Around turn you. Oh, that's right. 'Cause I already punched it. All right. All right, so here. this is where he has, so this is where we got cut. There.
Oh, my goodness, right.
Here it is. But then, yep. Okay, so right now you're Tori. No, wait a minute. You're Tori. If you're here, you're already Tori. You have to become Uke. Okay. This way. Okay, so now I'm going to be Tori. So he's saying here's your opening right there. This is the opening. So you have to turn and block.
Okay, now you get the idea. Different type of movement entirely, works the muscles and the ligaments differently, but you get the same burn of calories and the same physical benefits that you would get with other types of exercise, but again without threatening the already injured areas of your body. Now even in this form I modified certain elements to sort of cater to my lack of strength and lack of mobility. You might have seen that my balance was struggling a little bit. Normally I don't have to deal with that, but it's all part of the recovery. I am showing some progress. So hopefully I'll be able to show this again to you as I strengthen, and it'll look a lot better. But it's just, again, to give you some ideas and to also share with you how some forms other than the ones I've shown you in the past do exist, but have an entirely different characteristic and presentation. Good luck. See you down the line.